So, you've planned your wedding, you've got all of your suppliers together, and now you're trying to figure out how to make the day run smoothly. Hi, I'm Vanessa. I'm one third of the Wedding Wingwoman team, and I've planned wedding and events all around the world. From mountain tops and glaciers to the Amalfi Coast to Lake Como to chateaus in the south of France and castles in England. I'm here to help you plan your wedding like a pro. So, to start, let's talk through the timeline and how best to plan it to make sure that you're not rushed and that the day runs as smoothly as possible. With the morning, morning is so important. A lot of couples that we see will underestimate the time everything takes in the morning. Now, this really breaks my heart because if you underestimate the amount of time that it takes, it means you're going to be turning up at the top of that aisle and you're going to be flustered and stressed. And that is one of the greatest moments of your life. Like, you want to be coming into that, you're going to remember that moment forever. And you want to be coming into that calm and relaxed and breathing. So, here are my top tips and tricks for the morning timeline. Whatever time your ceremony is, so let's say it's 2 p.m. Your 2 p.m. ceremony, you want to aim to be ready for 1 p.m. because at 1 p.m. you'll then start doing photos, detail shots, photos with your bridesmaids, last minute touch ups, finding your shoes. Like, you need an hour at least there. I'd then add a half an hour buffer. So you want to tell your hair and makeup team that you want to be ready for an hour and a half before your ceremony time. So if your ceremony is at 2, you want to be ready for 12:30. Because there's so many things in the run up to that 12:30 moment that could just push things back slightly. Things like a bridesmaid taking slightly too long to get out of the shower and come and get her makeup done. Things like someone not being able to find something, a phone call, so 12:30. For a 2 o'clock ceremony time, 12:30 is when your hair and makeup should be finishing. Then work backwards. So for bridesmaids, mother of the bride, of the groom, any guests that are getting their hair and makeup done, we always put in a 45-minute block for them per service. So 45 minutes for their hair and 45 minutes for their makeup. If you have separate hair and makeup teams, then you can literally just say, cool, so Gemma bridesmaid 1 needs 45 minutes because she'll do hair for 45 minutes and then makeup for 45 minutes, but that balances out. For you, you need an hour and 15. So add up all the 45-minute blocks that you have for your bridesmaids and mother of grooms and everyone else that's getting it done. And then you need an hour and 15 for your hair and an hour and 15 for your makeup. It sounds like a long time, even if you're having simple hair and makeup. Trust me, this is a day that you want to leave more time than less time. And if you ask your hair and makeup artists like how long to leave, I guarantee you they'll say around the same amount of time. So then just add all those blocks up. So if you've got 4 bridesmaids and 2 mothers, that's 6 of them at 45 minutes. That's 4.5 hours. And then you add on your hour and 15. So 5 hours 45. Round it up to 6 hours. So 6 hours before 12:30, your first bridesmaid or mother needs to go in for their hair and makeup. So at 6:30, hair and makeup starts. With that, that's pretty foolproof. Like, I've never done that timeline and those hours and as turn up stressed and rushed. It's a really good way to do it and I'd really advise it. For the ceremony, people always overestimate how long a ceremony takes. On average, a ceremony will be 20 to 30 minutes, unless it's religious. Religious, we've got a lot more things going on. Religious will say like 45 minutes to an hour. But if you're just doing symbolic or civil, 20 to 30 minutes is all it takes. At the end of your ceremony, another buffer. You're moving a lot of people. A lot of people are going from spaces to spaces. People need the toilet. People forget things. People leave their jacket. People will be back in a minute. 15 minutes at the end of your ceremony to get everyone from ceremony to champagne reception. Next, champagne reception. Champagne reception on average should be about 90 minutes. 90 minutes to 2 hours is your ultimate sweet spot. Anything more than 2 hours, I'd really suggest putting in some like really good entertainment, something for people to do, some sort of structure, something, put a game in there, put some interactive food stations, do a bingo card, give guests something to do. 2 hours, more than 2 hours is a long time for people just to be drinking champagne. Any less than 90 minutes, and it will feel rushed because you guys won't get there straight away. You'll probably go off and do some couples photos. Once you arrive, you're mingling and saying hi to all these people. You probably, if you've got some live music, want to have a little bit of a dance. You want to eat some canapes. People are going to want photos with you. 90 minutes, perfect. 60 minutes, bit rushed. Again, between champagne reception and dinner, 15-minute buffer. People will go to the toilet. People will pop back to their room to change their shoes. 15-minute buffer. Also, would really advise telling people 10 minutes before you're going to start getting them to move, because then that helps reduce that buffer a little bit. So 10 minutes before dinner time, get your MC or someone to announce 10 minutes till dinner so that people can go to the toilet and can go get something from their room. Dinner on average on a wedding day, 2.5 hours. Obviously that's your average group size and your average amount of speeches and courses. But 2.5 hours is a good solid amount of time that it takes. I would say with speeches, prep everyone beforehand, 5 to 10 minutes maximum. And top tip, don't put your speeches in between main course and starter and main course. If you put a speech between starter and main course, lovely for spreading out the speeches and keeping everyone interactive and entertained. However, if that person overruns, your steak goes cold. So if Uncle John's doing a speech and he's promised you it's 5 minutes, but then he gets carried away and then somebody else stands up and like chiming in and want to do their speech, you will then have cold food coming out because your catering staff will be allowing for the 5 minutes that Uncle John originally said. So in my opinion, it's not for everyone. Try not to put a speech in between starter and main. You want to spread them out, do one at the champagne reception, do one before the food is served at all, do one after your mains because your desserts normally are cold or a lot more easy to manage than serving 80 steaks hot. Do one after desserts, do one by cake cutting, put them in different places. You can spread them out still, but just, in my opinion, starter main speech can be disastrous. After the dinner, cake cutting, first dance. Again, 15-minute buffer to move everyone. Cake cutting, 5 minutes. First dance, 5 minutes. Dance floor. Most bands, if you're having live music, will do like 2 45 minutes to an hour sets with a gap in between for a break. So, and your dance floor will come in waves. So after your first dance, always have a great second dance song because that will get everyone on the dance floor. You'll have a wave of everyone being on the dance floor, and then people will start to filter out as soon as the song comes on. They're not quite vibing. They'll go to the bar, they'll go to the toilet, they'll go for a DNC, they'll start leaving the dance floor. Expect that. You'll have a big wave, people will start to drift, and then you need something to bring them back in. So whether that is, if you've got some fireworks going on, or, you'll also get a drift when late night food comes out. Late night food should be around 2 hours after the end of your meal. So if you've got like pizza coming out or burgers or ciders or whatever, I'd say if your meal is finishing at 8, look at like 10, 11 o'clock for your late night food. Your last big waves for the dance floor, so your final finishing songs and things like that. I'd say if you've got live music, I'd do 1 hour live music, gap in the middle, next hour live music, and then up to 2 hours of DJing is more than enough. And then everyone goes home. Stuff for the next day, absolutely keep it loose. If you're doing any kind of pizza party, brunch the next day, with all the best intentions in the world, you're going to have people that will be showing up late. You're going to have people who are too hungover and won't show up. For your stress and your sanity, I would absolutely advise to just say to people, hey guys, we're going to be here at this time. Try and do a food or whatever you're doing, try and keep it so that it's as optional, loose as possible. So like a buffet, a load of pizza, just kind of no set hard time, because people will get carried away at the wedding. They'll sleep in, they'll be too hungover, they won't be able to eat because they drank too much. Keep it nice and easy for your sanity. Other than that, I think that's everything. One big top tip, please, please, please put in your timeline half an hour of intimate you time. This is one of the biggest and best days of your life, and so many people rush through it. It will go so, so fast. I always pop in a 30-minute gap into everyone's timeline around the champagne reception mark where we can get you a cocktail and you guys can just walk off and have a minute and just have a minute as a married couple and look at all this and see what you've created and see that all these wonderful people have come here for you, right? All of these people have come here for you. Walk off, have half an hour, 20 minutes if you don't want to go away from it, but just have some intentional time set to just go off and just tell each other you love each other, really soak in your wedding day and just breathe. And then come back and join the party. But honestly, if you don't do that, the biggest regret that we see from weddings, people who don't have wedding planners, is that they're like, the day went too fast and I don't even feel like I saw my partner. Because everybody wants your attention, you've got all your favourite people there, you're trying to say hello to them all, and you don't have any intentional time set aside for you and your partner. It is so important and will absolutely be one of the best things that you put into your timeline. So that's a typical wedding day and all of my tips. Hopefully that's really helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe if you want more tips. We try and post videos every week of things that can help you guys out. And we've also got loads of free downloads that you can absolutely download.